Someone was talking to me the other day about the 360 era specifically, and while technically some of this is a little bit later or a little bit earlier than when they played, I happen to play it and it made me think because I still have an account that just has one of these images because that's what it is. So we're going to quickly go through the old, what do they call it? The gamer pics. This was the gamer icon, gamer symbol, whatever. It would appear on your 360 profile uh, pretty much near launch. It was a little bit after that we got all of these, but yeah. Uh, we're gonna go through. We're gonna rank them. Which one's the best? Which one's the worst? Yeah. And so I think we're just gonna immediately put this into B. This was what people considered the generic one. It also was the default for a little bit. The defaults have always changed uh, throughout time. Like this was the default for a while. I don't know what it eventually became, but I do know that this one, and we'll talk about another one that was a default for a little bit of time. Uh, like it's an okay default. It works. The thing is for some of the games that actually had like messaging like included with them, the background would actually make really stupid like things happen with gamer picks, and this one always seemed to like just not show up because we had to load this for some reason, and this one didn't show up, which is cool. I didn't know a lot of people that picked this in general, but it was okay. It was just like a basic face. Uh, yeah, I don't know a lot of people. It was usually like the sports players that always had this, or like the BMX. Uh, Otherwise, I didn't really see it that much. Saw this a lot. This was what I'd consider the stoner icon for a long time when I was a kid. I was like, anyone that has this definitely smoking, definitely going. But even then, it was kind of just like, were you a punk fan? Then yeah, you probably had this one. I do think that this is a gamer pick that shows a bit of personality over the other ones, because then we get into the dog one, and while it's a little bit lower, this one was actually usually uh not kids, but like kids and teens that were put this as their gamer pick, not necessarily because they like dogs, maybe they did, but it was more because they were going to play mature games, but they were tricking their parents to be able be like, hey, Xbox allows me to have a cute dog face. It's innocent. And then they'd go play Grand Theft Auto 4 after that. So, hey, there was a swing set involved. It worked out. This one, near and dear to my heart. This was my gamer pick for the longest time. I eventually switched to Gears of War, the cog symbol. But this was the gamer pick of choice for me, and I'm gonna be the guy that says it, even though I'm very nostalgic. This is very bottom B. This was kind of, oh, you're a Dragon fan. Woo. This is the you're a nerd gamer pick. That's what this is. This is, hey, I want to look cool, but I'm kind of nerdy. That's what this is. Very funny. I actually think the monkey's hilarious. Funnily enough, every single friend that I ever had on 360 or Xbox Live, sorry, that ever had this gamer pick specifically had Halo 3 on their achievement list. Like, and with the other ones, like you would find weird details. Every single one. I could never get away from Halo 3 with people with this gamer pick. Weird thing. This one was interesting because part of me wants to put it in A because it wasn't picked that often, but it was very recognizable. But we'll put it in B because honestly, I do think it's serviceable. Uh, and at the same time, eh, the people that would pick this were like, I don't know, it was like once in a blue moon, you would just like randomly match into like a game lobby, and you'd get pissed off at them, and then you'd open up their profile and be this, and be like, I didn't even know this was a gamer pick. Like it was that rare. It was probably the one I think was not the rarest, but it was definitely like one you wouldn't see that often unless you were specifically in like really weird games like Skate. Like Skate people had this. Um, I remember like a Black Ops lobby. I remember everybody had this. Like I'm trying to remember. It was very rare to see it like super commonly. Maybe that's why it's there. This just goaded. This was the default for like a little bit of time. I don't remember when exactly it became the default and for how long, but it was the default for a decent amount of time, or it seems like it. I don't even know if like default was set on rotation at any point, but it seems like the panda was everywhere, and it was really good because for some reason, don't ask me why, this loaded the best, and so you can actually see it. It's so dumb, a friggin' little tiny image having trouble loading, but is it was the case. I still have a bunch of friends that never never got past the 360 era. Uh, and if you go to their profile on Xbox because it's still there, um, th- they'll just have this. And honestly, it feels this one, which I'm very nostalgic for quite a few of these, even my old one. This one fills me with so much warmth of the era. It really is what I think is the 360 like stamp for gamer pick. It's not this, which was the arcade one. This one is. This one was super generic. I didn't like it. I don't think I like. The problem is I kind of want to play it because I knew a bunch of like women that like put it as that to denote they were women, which was kind of weird. But there was also some people that were creepy about it. Uh and that's why I kind of want to put it lower. I kind of want to put an F, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that common anyway. Even if it was a woman that for some reason wanted to highlight that they were a woman, they would usually pick something else anyway, but it was just kind of weird. In general, it was just kind of weird. This one is always going to be an F, and I feel bad for the people that straight up like that actually like this one or that used it, but you will always be a part of a bigger problem. Every single person I ever met with this one were creeps and were into people that we'll say had um, a way less age than them. We'll say it like that. Very creepy people. And of course, there were exceptions, but just in general, this was always the creep gamer pick, which is wild because these don't look. These are all like cartoonish, and this should match up with these, but for some reason, it's like Mike's Hard Lemonade. They're attracted to it for some reason. The smiley face. I didn't know anybody that had the smiley face just in general. Uh, like I think no, I also think this came later along with the soccer ball, if I remember correctly. Now you could get gamer picks from certain games and so on, but the general like package I think added these later, or if they didn't, nobody used them. I can't remember anybody I knew having the smiley face besides my little brother at one point, and even then he ended up going with the monkey, but like oh man, soccer ball. I'll be the guy to say I think the soccer ball was pretty sick. Every time I would see this, it was always on somebody that didn't ever play sports games. Cool on them, but was really good at games. And maybe that was just my perception. But every time I saw it, I was like, oh god, this guy's good. And for the most part, I was correct, and they would kick my ass or something. But yeah, I so we have a creep status. We have I for the most part, these were kind of like rare, but they were like stereotyped really heavily. Uh, these were kind of just generic and it's like a certain personality. And if you were A and above, you truly were way better than me because I picked the stupid ass dragon. If I could go back in time and change one thing about my life, and straight up, honest answer, it would be to pick the monkey or the stoner or the panda. I'll leave the soccer ball to somebody that's way better at games, just in general. But yeah, gamer pick. tier list because